Ryan Gibson podcast. Yes. Ryan Gibson podcast. Ryan Gibsoners, you know how Beyonce have the Beehive? I want something for myself. I'm not being selfish. I'm not being a narcissist, although my baby mama would say it, but I want something for myself. Ryan Gibsonites, the Gibsoners. We do have Gibson Studios, so if you want to book with us, shit, if you're a Gibsonite, you get a free shoot. Ryan Gibson Podcasters, that's what it's going to be called. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk. I'm not going to be here long. I'm going to talk very briefly. What's up, guys? It's been a little wait, and I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to make you guys wait again because I know y'all missed me as I missed you guys. So, let's talk. DRUSKI! Let's talk about DRUSKI. Okay, so DRUSKI did a skit about the late Charlie Kirk's wife, ERIKA KIRK. I'm not going to say the late great, because I didn't agree with everything he said. However, I do agree with a lot of stuff that Charlie Kirk was talking about. College is a scam. There's a whole lot of other things I'm not going to go about, but that's one of the biggest things that I agree with the late Charlie Kirk. Dare I say the late great? I'm going to say it. The late great Charlie Kirk. Because he was unapologetic. And in this day and age, a lot of people are fearful. A lot of people are fearful to be unapologetic, and Charlie Kirk was unapologetic. So I'm going to say the late, great Charlie Kirk. I'm going to say it. However, I did not agree on every single thing that he did verbalize. Not every single thing, not every single one of his sentiments. However, the late, great Charlie Kirk. One of my oppositions were how big that people were making of his impact. Now, it's subjective because his impact on someone can be way different than his impact on me. However, he did indeed have an impact on me because I always felt that college was a scam. I did feel that college was set up to just benefit people who don't believe in the true college dream. You know what I mean? I'm a registered nurse. However, I am going to say this, and a lot of nurses can agree with this. I didn't need to go to nursing school. It could have been the old-fashioned way. Nurses go into the hospital and they learn on the fly, as I did once I became a nurse. Because what I learned in nursing school was not what I learned in practice. What I learned in nursing school is different from what I learned in practice, and all of that is different from what I had to do for the boards. So with that said, Charlie Kirk, I agree with you. College is a scam. It's a business, because if you think about it, why do you have to pay to contribute to society? Because when you go to college and you get a degree and then you work for society, because that's what you really are doing, why do you have to owe them? Why do you have to pay back? You're going to have to pay back in taxes what you did for learning what you learned in school. Charlie Kirk was a late great. As I delved into it, I'm like, rightfully so. For the right parties. Because some would look at it and just say, hey, he deserves it. But if you don't delve into it, you may not see it. A lot of people are surface level. They're not in depth like I am. They're not in depth like Candace Owens is. And I have to admit, my initial response of Candace Owens was like, who is she? What is she talking about? The very beautiful Candace Owens, that is. However, as I've grown, as I've become more woke, as I've become more in depth and in detail with life itself, Candace Owens is a force to be reckoned with. Candace Owens is a force to be reckoned with. The beautiful and intelligent and articulate and eloquently speaking Candace Owens is a force to be reckoned with. I know she had a brief thing with Cardi B, and I don't even think I put it out. When you're as articulate as Candace Owens is, intelligent people know that no disrespect to Cardi B has no chance in hell of putting up a fight. Candace Owens' vocabulary alone puts her in a position to beat Cardi B. But let me not sway from my message. DRUSKI, keep doing what the fuck you're doing, bro. Because you are this day and age. You are contemporaries. You are the equivalent of comedy. What DRUSKI is doing, unapologetically, he cannot be touched. He can't be touched. He cannot be touched. Somebody say he can't be touched. DRUSKI is doing what the fuck he's doing. Shout out to DRUSKI. And I said it before. Shout out to R&B Gang. Guys, like, share, subscribe, and follow R&B Gang B's Kitchen, my beautiful, lovely Haitian wife. What DRUSKI is doing, it cannot be replicated. It cannot be duplicated. DRUSKI is going to surpass the likes of, shout out to Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart, he is going to surpass, and let me tell you this. Dave Chappelle, he is an anomaly. No one can hold a candle to Dave Chappelle's flame. However, with that said, DRUSKI is on page. He is on set. He is going to surpass that. And I'm not going to say if he maintains this. He is going to maintain this. Look what DRUSKI did as it pertains to pastors, mega churches. DRUSKI, keep doing your thing, because what DRUSKI is doing, he is not being constrained by societal norms. He is not being controlled by cancel culture. He is not afraid of cancel culture. He's not. Let me tell you why Charlie Kirk, the late great Charlie Kirk's wife, is upset. DRUSKI wasn't lying, as he wasn't lying before when it pertains to mega churches. He wasn't lying, because if it were all a lie, she wouldn't be upset. If it were all a lie, these other people would not be upset. They would not be concerned. They would not even articulate any disagreements. But they do. Why? Because DRUSKI, he struck a nerve. As Candace Owens agreed. As Candace Owens concurred. It struck a nerve. Because there's some truth to what he's saying. There's truth to what he's doing. Now, let me say this. To everyone who's a follower or a non-follower to Charlie Kirk, the late, great Charlie Kirk, will he be impressed by what his wife has been doing since he's passed? Would he give a nod of approval to what she's been doing since he's passed? I know me, my wife, if she were carrying along in what the late great Charlie Kirk's wife is doing, I would not be happy. I have baby mama drama. And I done taught her so much. I'm ashamed in what she's doing now that we're not together. That's another topic. That's another conversation for another day. But let me say, I'm disappointed in what she's displaying. We'll talk about that later. Gibsonites. What I'm going to say is this. You guys antagonize Puff Sean Diddy Combs because he benefited so much when Biggie Smalls died. Tell me who benefited so much since Charlie Kirk's passing. And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to wait. Who benefited? Who benefited so much when Charlie Kirk passed? Who? She wasn't at the forefront. No one wanted to know about ERIKA KIRK. Now, I'm not saying anyone were in cahoots. I'm not saying anyone were in conjunction with his passing. Candace Owens did. And Candace Owens was way closer, way in tune with Charlie Kirk than I was. So I definitely give her the forefront as it pertains to that. She knows way more than I do about that situation. When Puff, Sean Diddy Combs benefited so much when Big Papa, Christopher Wallace passed, nobody says anything about assassination of his character. But ERIKA KIRK, this is taboo? This is asinine? Now, mind you, DRUSKI did not mention about that, but who benefited more than she did once Charlie Kirk passed? Who? She's at the forefront. People now want interviews with her. She's benefiting tremendously. When people have such a big ego, when people are narcissists, they want to be in that position, right? Now, when DRUSKI did these skits, when he did skits about hood people, and I'm from the hood, when he did skits about hood niggas, nobody had a disagreement. No one was in disagreement with when DRUSKI did that. When DRUSKI did skits about people working at McDonald's and how people act, nobody disagreed. Nobody disagreed because it's truth and we're not knocking it. When DRUSKI did so many other skits that people who benefited financially, substantially, no one said anything. But when DRUSKI did a skit about these mega churches, oh shit, someone clear the room. Someone clear the air. Because he is enlightening other people that, hey, these people are benefiting tremendously financially. Now people have a problem with it. DRUSKI is woke. However, he's doing it on a basis of comedy. One of the reasons why Dave Chappelle is an all-time great is because not only does he make people laugh with gut-busting laughs, gut-busting punchlines, there's truth to what he's saying. There's truths. There are truths. And Gibsonites, Ryan Gibson podcasters, here's what I'm saying. When DRUSKI came out with the mega church skits, tell me, was he lying? I'm a God-fearing man. I'm a Christian man. I've been baptized before the age of 18 by my own sake, by my own will, me. No one forced me to do it. I was doing Christian rap in churches. No one forced me to do it. There were no lies told in what DRUSKI displayed. There were no lies told in what DRUSKI's message was. And there's still no lies told in what DRUSKI is displaying. ERIKA KIRK is upset and her team is upset because there's truths to it. Shout out to Candace Owens, the beautiful Candace Owens, no disrespect to your husband. The beautiful, articulate, and intelligent and eloquent Candace Owens. And no disrespect to my wife. I am just observing what I observe, what I see. DRUSKI, keep doing your thing. You are an influence. You are doing what you're doing unapologetically. And everyone cannot do that. Everyone's not that brave to do it. But DRUSKI is. And shout out to DRUSKI because I laugh my ass off when I see these skits. Shout out to you, Candace Owens. Because people would say, hey, you're African American. Why are you doing these things? Stick to your motherfucking beliefs. And you don't need me to say this, Candace Owens. You're doing your shit. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I just had to talk about that because I saw the skit and I'm like, DRUSKI's at it again. He's doing his shit. Shout out to DRUSKI. Shout out to DRUSKI. Shout out to Killer. Shout out to Killer Cameron. Let me tell y'all something. Cameron, on to the next segment. And I'm not going to keep you guys long here on the Ryan Gibson podcast. Shout out to Cameron. Dipset, 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 dipset. Jewel, dip, Santana, set. Who you with? Throw up your set, dipset. Shout out to Cameron. Let me tell you something. The transition that Cameron the transition that Cameron has done from the music to what he's doing now, shout out to Cameron. Shout out to Cameron. You got to shout him out. I don't give a fuck if you agree or disagree. Shout out to Cameron. The J. Cole interview, if you haven't watched it, stop, but come back. Come the fuck back. Stop this right now. Go watch the Cameron's interview with J. Cole and then bring your ass back to the Ryan Gibson podcast and finish this episode. Watch the interview. Watch that interview because, excuse me, what we need to do as men and all men in society, regardless of your ethnicity, your racial background, your racial profile, what you identify as, you need to watch that interview. Because men, when we put aside our egos, when we put that shit aside and we put aside what society tells us to do and we behave as men and we can talk, watch that interview. Shout out to Broly Gaines, my brother, my fucking brother. You guys are going to see the interview soon on the Ryan Gibson podcast. We had a disagreement after the interview and we spoke like men. We spoke like brothers because we are brothers, but we spoke like men about our disagreements, about things that we don't align with. And we're like, listen, bro, we got to behave in a different manner because we're men. And we have to sit down and we have to do things that make sense for us, for our growth, especially us black men. Shout out to Broly Gaines. Shout out to Goku Pump, my other brother. Like, shout out to them. And I'm going to talk about this later. I'm going to speak about it briefly. Broly Gaines is very, very intelligent. You guys see him as a working out guy. You guys see him as a fitness influencer. Watch the interview that's coming soon as I delve deeper into the mindset of Broly Gaines. And that's not all that he displays. That's not all that he has in the chamber. Very intelligent man. He verbalized to me and Bam, Goku Pump will probably be closer than him and I are. Mind you, I grew up with Broly Gaines. And he was spot on. Me and Goku Pump, we have a lot of similarities. And I say this. A lot of times people see surface levels. They don't delve deeper into what a person displays, what a person has. And that's why I interview so many people on the Ryan Gibson podcast. Look out for more interviews. The J. Cole interview on Flea, Talks with Flea, Killer Cameron. Watch that interview. Watch that interview. Shout out to Cameron. Shout out to J. Cole, one of the most humblest dudes you'll ever know. Whether it be in rap, wherever it is. He's very humble, intelligent, articulate. Watch that interview. That interview done things for me that I'm already comfortable and sure in who I am. That interview said, listen, fuck society. Fuck what people think. Be who the fuck you are. Do what the fuck you do. Do what you need to do and be you. Be true. Shout out to J. Cole. And I'll say this. The likes of many rappers that there are in every which way, in every single day, in everything that they've done, a lot of people cannot touch J. Cole. Not only from his body work of what he's done, the character who he is. Watch that fucking interview. Watch that interview, watch it, and come back to the Ryan Gibson podcast and tell me what you think about it. Write it in the comments down below. Tell me what you think about it. And when I watch interviews, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Cam Newton. I'm a fan of Cameron. I'm a fan of Funny Marco. So I don't only put out content, I also watch and support content. Shout out to Broly Gaines. Shout out to Goku Pump. Comment. Tell me what you think of it. Tell me what you think that you would have said in this situation. Tell me what you feel like I should talk about next. Tell me. That is a beautiful interview. People, I feel like you guys will learn a lot from the interview. I feel like you're gonna have different perspectives on life. And if not on your own life, you're gonna have a different perspective on J. Cole. You'll have a different perspective on Cameron. Shout out to them. Beautiful interview. Someone in the comments, they said that's the interview of 2026. And I agree. That's a huge interview. And be on the lookout for my interview with Broly Gaines and Goku Pump. Be on the lookout for more things coming from Broly Gaines and Goku Pump. Be on the lookout for more things from the Ryan Gibson podcast or R&B Talk. Guys, just be on the lookout. There's so many things that you guys need to look at that's going to help you transcend into the person that you're going to be. It's going to help you transcend into what you want to accomplish. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Just be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. Shout out to DRUSKI. Shout out to Candace Owens. I'm about to get out of here. And guys, the NBA playoffs is starting soon. The NBA playoffs is starting soon. Ryan Gibson podcast. I am covering every single game. I am covering every single division. I am covering every single round of the playoffs. Be on the lookout. One team in particular. Now, I don't believe that they're going to go far in the playoffs. But shout out to the Charlotte Hornets. Shout out to LaMelo Ball because he's balling. Shout out to his brother. Shout out to his father. He did the right thing. I like LaMelo's little push shot. When I play ball, I don't jump too much for my shots, and it's all net. Shout out to LaMelo Ball. I see them, if they make it past the first round, which it really depends on the seedings, right? If they make it past the first round, they're not going to make it past the second round, but be on the lookout. If LaMelo Ball he will continue what he's doing. Give him another few pieces, or keep the team so they get their camaraderie. Keep the team together. They are going to make noise in the next 2 to 3 seasons. If not next season. Because what I see from the Charlotte Hornets, what I see from LaMelo Ball is what I see from the Golden State Warriors of 2013, of 2014, until they won their first chip in 2015. They're coming. They're coming. They're going to take it. Okay? They're going to take it. And I see that. I see it. And if somehow, listen, they have a puncher's chance. Every sport, there's a puncher's chance. They can make it all the way this season. They can make it all the way, but it's a puncher's chance. I do see OKC and the Boston Celtics making it to the finals. Now, shout out to LeBron. He's been doing shit for such a long time. I see the Lakers getting into the conference finals, unfortunately, and not making it past the OKC Thunder. Whenever they meet up with the Thunder, I do see that they're not going to persevere. However, if they do, the Lakers are going to take it all the way. And let me tell y'all this. Here's one thing. Regardless of who's there, if the Los Angeles Lakers were to sign Dwight Howard, they are taking it all. If they are going to get over that ego or whatever the fuck it is that stopped them from keeping Dwight Howard before, they will take it all. They will take the NBA championship and they will have another ring, but I don't see them doing that. Because after the bubble, they would have ran it back if they kept Rondo, if they kept Dwight Howard. Ryan Gibson podcast, we are covering the NBA playoffs from beginning to the end. Stay tuned because we are doing it. I'm going to have some friends over. I am going to do this from beginning to end. Ryan Gibson podcast, guys. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everyone. Be on the lookout. My interview with Broly Gaines and Goku Pump. My interview, listen, I have a Brooklyn rapper coming soon. I have a Brooklyn rapper coming soon. Bomb. Please do not invite me if I cannot bring that. AK-47, it goes da 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 da. I have a Brooklyn rapper coming soon. I don't want to drop too much on that. Niggas put on my mixtape when they get cold in the house. Valley. Listen, R&B Gang, Ryan Gibson Podcast, Beast Kitchen, Gibson Studios. Be on the lookout. Be on the lookout. This is a Ryan Gibson Podcast. As I mentioned, shout out to DRUSKI. Shout out to the lovely, intelligent, articulate, beautiful Candace Owens. Shout out to her. You doing your thing, girl. You are doing your thing, woman. Shout out to Cameron. Shout out to May. Shout out to J. Cole. Shout out to Stat Baby. Shout out to the Hornets. Shout out to every team that's in the NBA playoffs. Shout out to every team that's in the NBA, in general. This is the Ryan Gibson Podcast, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. Guys, in the comment section below, please tell me what you guys want me to talk about. Tell me what you guys like. Tell me what you guys didn't like. I see the comments. I appreciate the love and support. I appreciate the critique. You know why? Because we are all people. I appreciate y'all. I see some of the negativity. I still appreciate the support. I still appreciate the responses because you guys have your own opinion. You guys may not agree with me at all. I would love for you guys to be on the Ryan Gibson Podcast. We could do a little virtual thing. It doesn't matter because I love debates. I love it. Ryan Gibson Podcast, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. Facebook, R&B Gang. Y'all know what it is. If you're gonna gang, you gotta hang, right? Beast Kitchen, my beautiful wife. The best food ever if you guys want Haitian food. If you guys want any other type of food, Jamaican food, I mean, you know, my wife is Haitian. My baby mama Haitian. I love my Haitians. I love it. If you guys want any catering, guys, look on the page. Any of the foods you guys want to see, any catering options, any foods that you guys would like, share, subscribe, follow, inquire. You see the email, and let's see what we can do because we are doing things. Gibson Studios, if you guys want any kind of music videos, any kind of podcasting. Listen, this is the Ryan Gibson Podcast, Beast Kitchen, Gibson Studios, R&B Gang. Guys, like, share, subscribe, and follow. This is the Ryan Gibson Podcast. And I'm out. Oh, yeah. Guys, put God first. Everything. That makes sense.
Turn me up. Yeah.
Hey, yo, Cass, you did it with this one?
Welcome to my podcast. What's the topic? What's the word? Subscribe and broadcast. Hottest trends, top talk.